Speaking of glasses, we all know how important recycling is, don't we? We can recycle everything these days. It can be a bit complicated because you need to separate all those materials, but it's our responsibility, isn't it? If you're concerned about the environment, you can't miss our next lesson. As they say, there is no planet B, so it's essential to look after the environment. But what does this mean? It means to protect the air, water and land on which people, animals and plants live. And as I said, recycling is a good way to do it. Recycling is easier if you have several dustbins at home. One for glass, like bottles, one for paper, like newspapers, one for plastic, like bags, one for organic waste, like potato peels, and one for non-recyclable waste, like broken mirrors or cigarettes. What problems does the environment face? We could start with climate change. We all know what this is, right? Extreme temperatures, sudden weather changes, the poles melting. It's really scary and we need to stop it. There is also air and water pollution due to factories that produce polluting residues that go into the sea, rivers, lakes. This is very dangerous for animals and plants. Many animals are endangered because their habitats are being destroyed, and that's a tragedy we should avoid. Another problem our planet has is overpopulation. We talk about overpopulation when there are too many people living in one place and not so much food and space for all of them. All of these problems can cause natural disasters such as floods and earthquakes. Oh, this is terrible. But we need to stay positive. For each problem, there's a solution, and there are many little things that we can do to look after our planet. For example, we can use energy-efficient light bulbs. They use less energy, save us money, and help produce less waste. We can use public transportation instead of a car or a motorbike. This way will help reduce air pollution. We can buy second-hand clothes or inherit them from your friends and relatives. We can adopt a plant-based diet. Vegetables are much healthier for us and for the planet than meat. Also, we should try to cook with fresh ingredients. Food with pesticides is not good for our health or the environment. And frozen food doesn't taste great and is not very nutritious. By the way, you may know the word frozen because it's the title of a very famous Disney film. Yeah, if you have young children at home, you'll even know the songs in it. Frozen is the participle of the verb to freeze. When you freeze food, for example, you lower its temperature below 0 degrees centigrade, and then it becomes cold and hard, and you can keep it in the freezer for a long time. We all buy a frozen pizza from time to time, don't we? So participles can work also as adjectives, as in frozen food. There are present participles and past participles. Present participles end in ing, just like gerunds. Have a look at these examples. Sleeping Beauty, from the verb to sleep. Bleeding wound, from the verb to bleed. And past participles end in d, t or n. For example, lost cause, from the verb to lose. Sunken boat, from the verb to sink. Just remember that they go before the noun, like adjectives, because they are working as adjectives here. That was lesson 3. Great job, everyone. Just one lesson to go.
The present participle ends in ing, just like the gerund. So how can we differentiate them? Well, the present participle works as an adjective. For example, the burning iron bar left a hole in the snow. Burning works as an adjective for iron bar. However, the gerund works as a noun, like this. Living in London is expensive. I love swimming in the sea. It's easier than it looks. Just practice.